What's going on? My name is Jackson Summers. I hope everyone is doing well today and staying safe. But I do have another amazing video for you about making money online, which is obviously a very important topic, especially with what's going on in the economy at the moment. And this is how teens can make money online with zero skills, right? Half of these ways are going to be pretty much zero skills required, meaning you can start with really no knowledge of anything, start doing it, and obviously you're going to learn some skills while you do it, but you don't necessarily need them to start. And the second half is going to be more skill required businesses that you can do online, right? And that will probably be better in the future. But if you just want to make quick money up front, then I will be sharing how you can do that with zero skills. So if you want to learn how you can do that, please keep watching. Also, if you like the video, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. All right, let's get right into this. So these are some methods for teens that really require no skills up front. And the first one is online surveys, which I'm sure many of you have done or at least have heard of. And some of the websites that I like are Survey Junkie, Opinion Outpost, Harris Poll, Paid Viewpoint, Soapbox. You only have to be 13 years of age, and the pay varies depending on obviously the length of the survey, which you can usually make around $5 to $10 per hour if you sign up for all of these platforms and are constantly doing surveys, right? Which can be quite tedious, but it does add up, especially if you're young, you can't get a real job making minimum wage, so you might as well do this. I used to do it a lot when I think I was like 13, 14, 15. So I recommend you can do too. The next one is website testing, which is actually a more interesting one and one that I've done for the last couple of years just to make some extra side money. It's not amazing, but it is pretty good. And I recommend obviously signing up to all the platforms you can. The best ones are User Testing, Enroll, Try My UI. You only have to be 15 years of age, and you get paid to essentially just give your thoughts on new apps and websites. And you make about $10 to $20 per hour if you sign up for multiple platforms, which I recommend you do. Then you can get a couple of tests every couple of days, which can obviously make you pretty decent money. And sometimes there'll be higher tests where you get paid like $100 for 60 minutes or $60 for 60 minutes. So it just kind of depends. I recommend doing it because essentially you're just screen sharing your laptop or your iPhone screen, and you're giving your opinion on these companies' websites. That way they can make changes if needed, if there's any problems with finding certain things, and it essentially gives them an inside look at what customers see when they go into the website, which will help them make changes and make it a better user experience. Now, the next way is pretty interesting. Some of you may say this requires skill, but if your native language is already English, then I don't really think it does that much anyways. And that's just teaching English online through platforms like SameSpeak. There are other platforms that pay more. SameSpeak pays about $10 for 30 minutes or like $20 an hour, which is pretty good, and you only have to be 16. And the reason I recommend SameSpeak over other platforms that might pay you more is because you don't have to have as much experience. You can be a lot younger. You don't really need to build experience as much. You can get jobs right away, which is awesome. And obviously, the more reviews you do get will help you get even more jobs. So that's why I like SameSpeak, and I recommend you try it if you haven't already. The next one is something that I see a lot, and I think it's really valuable because many people will have just clothes or products laying around their house that may actually be unused, maybe even unopened, and they just don't use them. They never did, and they're probably never gonna. So you might as well just list them up on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and sell them, right? You might not get the full amount you pay for it back, but at least you got something more than you would have if you just left it there, right? And I'm sure many of you will have anywhere from $200 to $500 to even $1,000 of just stuff that you don't need or use laying around the house that you can easily sell, right? So that's truly something that doesn't require skill because you've already purchase them. Now you just gotta list them on platforms that are really easy to get a sale on. And if you don't get a sale, no worries, right? You don't really have to do any promoting for it. The next one is something that is one of my favorite ways, and it's service arbitrage. It's probably the most lucrative method, as I made a whole video on this in the past that I recommend you go watch right now. It goes really in depth on how I made $475 in only 2 hours. And essentially you're just reselling other people's services and designs as if you are the middleman or slash woman, right? And it's really, really simple because you don't have to create the designs yourself, and you don't need to do really any paid promoting. So it really costs nothing up front as well. You can just post on free classified ad websites like Kijiji and Craigslist. Let's say it's for logo design. You put on a post that says, I'll do logo design for $100. When someone is interested in that, they buy it from you, they send you the money. You go over to Fiverr, you find someone that does the logo design for, let's say, $25. You buy it from them, so you already have the money from the customer. You buy it from the Fiverr designer, you pay them, and you make the profit in between, which would obviously be $75, which is pretty damn good for not really doing anything. So that's a really interesting way to make money as a teenager online with really no skill. Now, the next one is something I haven't really done before, but I've read a lot about. I know a lot of people that have done it, and you can make easily like about $5 per hour with it if you're doing it very consistently, and that's just essentially just reviewing tracks and songs and getting paid about 5-20 cents per song that you listen to through platforms like Slice the Pie and Music X-Ray. I recommend you do this if you're just really young and you just want to make some easy money online, right? Because you probably can't get a job. You might as well listen to some songs and make some money, real simple. So that's why it really doesn't require any skill. Now, moving on to some of the methods that I think are great long-term online business ideas for teens and really anyone of any age. The first one's going to be starting a podcast, which I'm sure many of you listen to podcasts or have heard of how people can make money with them. But honestly, it's really powerful, and I like to compare it to starting a YouTube channel like 10 years ago, right? Because it's not as competitive as YouTube yet. And in some ways, it can pay much better because with YouTube, when you're being paid, let's say with the AdSense, right, you're normally getting anywhere from $2 to $5 per 1,000 views. But with podcasting, it can be much higher than that. It can be from $15 to $30, even more, depending on where your podcast is hosted and the type of sponsorships and ads you get for your podcast. Also, just like a YouTube channel, it can lead to several passive income streams, right? It can lead to affiliate income from your podcast. It can lead to digital product sales. Like, let's say you're selling an ebook or a course, a podcast can definitely help you sell those types of products. That's why I think it's a great way to make money as a teen, because you don't have to be really at a certain age, and you can use platforms like Buzzsprout, which will really help beginners get started. You can just upload your podcast for free. Once it starts getting a certain amount of downloads, then you can implement ads and sponsorships and all that cool stuff. But yeah, I think Buzzsprout's a really good platform to start with. Eventually, once your podcast gets more out there, you can move over to other platforms that will allow you to advertise a bit more. But I think that's a great method, and that's why I included it on this list. Now, the next method is going to be starting a YouTube channel, which I'm sure all of you have heard of, right? Everybody talks about this, and it's for a good reason, as it's truly one of the best ways to create multiple streams of passive income. And the reason for that is not only can you make money off the ads, right? The AdSense on YouTube, you can also make money off affiliate income, sponsorships, selling of your own products and merchandise, courses. There's tons of different ways to make money off YouTube, and you only have to be 13 years of age, so it's perfect for teenagers. And yes, it's highly competitive, right? Much more competitive than a podcast, and it's difficult. You have to learn how to edit, film, upload those videos, do SEO for those videos, make designs for those videos. So it's not easy by any means, but if you stay dedicated and motivated, there's a good chance that you'll see some kind of success eventually, right? You have to put the effort in. That's why I definitely put it on the skills required list. But it's also one of the best ways to make money online as a teenager or really any age, because it can lead to different businesses, which will obviously help you in creating multiple streams of income. Now, the next method is something that I kind of already talked about a bit, but with this one, you're going to be selling your own designs. So you're going to need skill, obviously, to create these designs or services, and you can sell them on platforms like Cafe Press, Redbubble, Etsy, Upwork, or Fiverr, right? There's tons of different freelancing websites. Essentially, you're just selling your own designs, and when people need a design or a service, they'll come to you and buy it. And as people buy, you want to obviously get higher reviews, and the better reviews will get you more customers. There's plenty of people that make full-time incomes with freelancing, and that's why it's a great method to make money online, but it does require skill, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be just make an account, make a listing, and you're going to get tons of sales, because there's other competition, right? So that's why it's great to go with something more niche specific. That way, when there's customers looking for the service they need, there's not as much competition, and hopefully they'll click on your listing before another's, right? So that's why I included it here, as I think it's a really good way to just make some extra side cash and potentially make even a lot more money if you take it seriously and really focus on getting reviews and ranking high on these different platforms. So the next method is managing social media accounts, which I'm sure some of you may even have experience with, as we all do a day-to-day basis, whether it's your account, someone else's account, but in this way, we're going to be managing other people's accounts, businesses, individuals. And the reason this is a need is many people, right, many businesses don't have enough time to put that effort into those social media posts, and organizing their information on them and responding back to people. So essentially you can do this for them, and get paid a monthly retainer. So you're going to get that money in month after month, whether it's a couple $100s to thousands, right? It truly depends on the services you're providing to that account and how big their following is, because often you're going to get paid based off their following. So let's say if they have 50,000 subscribers or 50,000 followers, you're going to get paid less than if they had 500,000 followers, right? That's just how it goes. Obviously, it's just because they have bigger influence. So it needs a really good social media manager to make sure each and every one of those followers are staying with them and the followers are growing. That's the important thing, right? Because social media is a really important factor for all businesses now, no matter if you're a restaurant, a cleaning service, right? There's so many different things that social media is used for, and it makes sense because everybody's on social media, right? So if you already market your business on social media, then you're probably going to get more clients from it. Now, the next method is becoming an affiliate, which I talked about a lot on my channel, and it's honestly a great way because yes, it does require a lot of a skill, right? You need to know how to market other people's products in a way that's not spammy, and it makes them want to buy this product from your link, and if they do, you'll get a commission, right? And the commissions can be very good depending on which platform you're with, right? Amazon Associates, which is really just Amazon, you're promoting Amazon products, the commissions are going to be a lot smaller. That's just because Amazon's brand reputation is amazing, right? So if someone's already on the website, they're way more likely to buy than if they're on a ClickBank website or Share a Sale website. But with ClickBank and Share a Sale, you can get much larger commissions, right? But it's not all about the commissions, right? You got to make sure when you're promoting a product, it's a good product, and you've used it in the past, because that way you're passionate about the product itself, which will make it easier to promote it endlessly and essentially try to get other people to buy it, right? There's lots of great ways to become an affiliate and promote products. You can do it through your own following. You can do it through blogs, YouTube, right? Instagram, Facebook groups. There's tons of ways you can market these products, right? Whether it's paid advertisements or just using free organic traffic. But the important thing to note is that it's not easy, and it would take time, and you need to stick with it, or you're essentially just never gonna start seeing that success from those sales. Now, the next method is babysitting, right? Which I know is not really online, because obviously you do have to be there in person, taking care of these people. However, websites like care.com and Sitter City will help you find those babysitting jobs, and the pay can be really good, right? Anywhere from $13 to $20 per hour, depending on your experience. But when you're first starting, you're probably not going to have any experience, which is fine, right? You can just take the lower paying per hour jobs, and as you get more reviews and more experience, you're going to get those high paying jobs much more easily, which can obviously be very good for building that money and using it for other businesses. I wouldn't say babysitting is a business that you can do. I would say it's a great way to make some pretty good money on the side and use it for other long-term business ideas, right? Now, these were the methods that I think are great if you do have some skill, right? If you don't, that's fine. Start with the methods that don't require any skill. That way you can learn some skills as you go, and will help you build up some capital and knowledge and experience to go on to starting long-term online businesses with some of the methods I listed here, right? Because don't get discouraged if you don't have some of these skills, right? Anyone can learn these skills. You don't have to be super intelligent. You just have to be super motivated and dedicated. I truly hope some of the methods I talked about in this video will inspire you to start making your own money online. Whether you have the skills or don't, you will learn them as you go, which will help you build up the capital and knowledge it takes to build more long-term online businesses. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos that are based solely on some of the topics I talked about in this video, I recommend subscribing to the channel and turning on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, smash the like button on this video as it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and if you have any questions, I'll be sure to answer them. Just comment below and I'll reply right back to you. If you want, you can follow my Instagram to stay up to date with more videos coming out, and I have all types of motivational content on my IG, so I recommend following that. So thank you again so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day and stay safe.